What's up, Boppers? So I thought of something else related to my targeting and the use of these directed energy weapons and how it is concentrated in, I call it the white room, that's what we call it. And it's my office. So one day we got a knock on the door from a construction company that said, "Oh, we see that you have hail damage to your house. So we can wheel and deal with your insurance company and get that taken care of. You can get brand new everything." So we got siding, gutters, and a roof for free. Okay. And then, well, this is prior to that. This was actually the first time I separated from my husband. I realized what was going on with my targeting. It was really, really heavy at that point when I was alone. So I called about getting a security system. I was inquiring into ADT. So I talked to the saleswoman, and she quoted me the prices, and I said, I can't do that right now, but this is something I want to do in the future. And she's like, you know what, hang on, because we have a program where sometimes we could do this for free if someone is a victim of any kind of domestic violence or anything like that. And I had an order of protection at that point. So they didn't even ask to look at that or anything. And then some people showed up to install it, and they weren't your typical what you would expect. And one of them was a football player, and he was the one who sponsored this, but they all looked like football players. But the one who donated the money for this was an actual NFL player. But they all looked like football players. They didn't look like people that just go around and install fucking ADT alarms. And a football player, like I said, was the donor. But what happened with that security system is the hackers, the gang stalkers, are using that against me. So they were tripping off my alarm, and the cops were showing up here, and there was the doors or the windows weren't even open, but they're fucking with it constantly, or making it go off in the middle of the night for no reason, and just, So, yeah, that was weird. How often does that happen where someone knocks on your door and is like, hey, here's $20,000 worth of free work on your house? So I think when they did that work, maybe something they did. I mean, when did they fucking come in here to do that? It had to have been when the house was under construction. And this has happened to other targets as well. And this is the thing too, is I didn't know this at the time. I wish I could go back in time and just say, forget it, because I had aluminum siding on the house. And aluminum is a barrier to the directed energy weapons. Okay? So my daughter can attest to this too. We would hear, it sounded like someone was throwing something against the house. It would happen all the time. I was like, what the hell is that? How is that happening? And you look outside and no one's out there. No one threw anything. But it was the sound of those beams hitting the house. And it makes an audible sound. It makes an audible sound when you have an aluminum barrier on. You can hear it fucking hitting it when they're hitting you with the weapons. So yeah, that's that.